All right, I'm going to add a new layer. Take the line tool. We're going to make that blue up here. And then we're going to figure out where this shadow is casting. So I'm going to draw through, oops, change that to pixels, through the sun, down to the horizon line. We're going to strike through right here. And then I'm going to draw out my cast shadows from the corners of the first box. So I'm just going to go one shape at a time. And this basically goes through together, so I'll just leave it at one line. And then I'll do the same thing with the other shape over here. Okay, there we go. Hit Command Save. And then I'm going to add a new layer right here and make it orange. And now we'll do the top part. I'm going to zoom out. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to do the box first. And then I'm going to strike through each line with the corresponding lines. Try not to get mixed up over here. And I'm just going to, since that's basically one line, I'm just going to put one right here. Okay. Now to make it a little easier, so I'm just going to separate out that shadow. I'm just going to draw out this shadow first so I don't get confused once I start doing the other shape. So I'm going to outline the shape of this box's shadow is going to be first. There we go. Then that way I can kind of go back and take a look at it. Okay, and then I am going to make another layer, and I'm going to make the lines for the second object red, so just so that way I can tell them apart. All right, and I'm going to strike through the top of the panel down to its corresponding line, which is right here. And then through the top again over here. I'm going to make sure I don't get my lines mixed up. There we go. All right, now I'm going to outline the overall shadow, and then you guys will be able to see what I just did. So I'm going to go into that shadow outline layer. I'm going to color pick that. Tap U on my keyboard, and I'm going to outline where the overall cast shadow is going to go. There we go. And then hit Command Save. All right, now there's one more thing we need to talk about with this one. So I'm going to turn these off. So now you can see the overall cast shadow. So you can see this kind of cross shape that both of these shadows are making together. So I'm going to figure out how the cast shadow falls across the top of this box though. So I'm going to make a new layer. And change this to pink so that way you can just tell it apart. I'm going to tap U on my keyboard and then watch this. So where the shadow of the panel back here, where this shadow meets this box, I am going to draw a line up from that shadow point right here, and then up right here. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing right here. So from this point to this point, and then I'm just going to outline a box of the shapes that it made going across. Okay. Hit Command Save. All right, now we're ready to outline the cast shadow. So I'm going to do the shadow. So tap L on your keyboard. And then I'm going to lasso around this little shape right here. So I'm just always going to start from the ground plane. Oops. So I'm going to go around here. And then I'm going to hold Shift. And then I'm going to outline the rest of the selection around here. There we go. And then tap G on the keyboard. Make your color black. And then drag it out. And then that way you can get both of them at the same time. Hit Command D, deselect. Tap L on your keyboard, and then we're going to make another selection. So we're going to do the back of this box. Outline it, tap G, get the gradient tool, and then there we go. Oops. Deselect, all right. And then I'm going to tap L again, get this side. And then get the panel back here. Deselect. And then I'm going to zoom in, tap L again, and then I'm going to outline the top of the cast shadow right here. There we go. And I'm going to hit Command Save, deselect, and I'll turn this off so you guys can see. And there you go. All right, see how I missed that edge right there. So that's a bummer. Oh well. All right, hit Command Save, and then we'll move on to the next box.